I think one of the most interesting and effective marketing campaigns has been that of Animal, directed by Sandeep Reddy Vanga. Knowing very well the considerable impact Sandeep has had with his first two films both in the South Indian market as well as the Hindi speaking states, there has been a careful consideration in giving just enough to the audience where they are intrigued about the plot and not exhausted with the saturation of marketing snippets. If you have observed most Telugu releases, especially commercial projects, the trailers of those films drop close to a week or 10 days before the movie is about to release. This is a combination of the trust that most creators have of the box office pull of the stars involved in the project and the absolute faith in the theatre going audience that is going to go for the opening weekend irrespective. The Animal team recently featured on Balaya's show Unstoppable with NBK, which is going to feature on the 24th of November on their AHA app. And Ranbir and Balaya sharing such wholesome vibes and chemistry was definitely not on my 2023 surprise bingo card. Even Ranbir quoting the iconic Trouble the Trouble dialogue had me rolling. But it is this effective marketing in the Telugu space which I believe translates way better than the countless generic one-on-one interviews that otherwise celebrities sit through. This is something that I observed with the Brahmastra promotions also, and I feel like it effectively made people recognize that Ranbir is actively trying to become visible as a star beyond the Hindi speaking states. In the current midst of where everyone wants to assume that they are pan-Indian stars, I think this visibility and exposure in homegrown shows and events specific to the state is actually the most effective strategy. With its release just 10 days away, the biggest topic of discussion has been about Animal's running time, which is slated to be 3 hours and 21 minutes long. This already had audiences slightly worried about the indulgent screenplay that Sandeep may have formulated, as this running time in the current environment is only something we associate with Martin Scorsese. This is a running time that was very common in the Hindi space in the late 90s and mid 2000s. If you look at the likes of classics like Lagan and Gadar, they were all 3 hours long. JP Datta was notorious for his long drawn out stories, LOC Kargil being the infamous 4 hours and 6 minutes long. No one can also forget the torturous experience of sitting through Ashutosh Gowarekar's What's Your Rashi that was over 3 hours and 30 minutes long. But one wonders, if an Aditya Chopra with his second film Mohabbatein can justify a 3 hour and 30 minute running time, then why can't Sandeep Reddy Vanga? This made me revisit the time Sandeep was speaking with SS Rajamouli and how he stated his final cut of Arjun Reddy was actually 3 hours and 30 minutes long. So it wasn't really shocking to me when it was announced that Animal was 3 hours and 20 minutes long. Arjun Reddy with a 3 hour running time barely had any fluff in its screenplay, so it's hugely dependent on what Vanga does with the screenplay, how engaging it can be, because even though the audience today is easily distracted with their phones in theatres, the real test will be if Sandeep can engage us with this gangster saga. Speaking of which, the music of this film has also generated so much discussion, so let's dive deep. One of the main reasons for the delay of Animal was the time that was being spent on the music of the film, translated in several languages, and week by week a single of the film keeps dropping, and I love the fact that despite 4 songs of the film already dropping, there is still so much to speculate regarding the plot of the film. You also have to tell me in the comments below of which are your favorite songs from the album till now. While the music of the film is composed by several artists, I think people are really underestimating what Harshvardhan Rameshwar has cooked up with the score. We got a glimpse of it when the title was announced a year ago, with a eerie whistle that gave us an insight into the twisted relationship of our leading hero and his father. The brilliance of the score got further enhanced with the first frame of the teaser, a trigger that makes the lead react, the sirens blare, almost making it seem like he can only see red. The amount of analysis and memes that have come out of this moment from the teaser tells you just the unanimous impact it had. This siren, almost as an announcement for the violence that will commence, is further enunciated by the eerie whistling, almost a calling for the boogeyman. But it is the war cry like drums that really set it for me, that Sandeep Reddy Vanga is really leaving no stone unturned with several departments of this film. I'll go in ascending order of the songs I love from least liked to the ones I have repeat on my phone. I'll be honest though, I don't really actually dislike anything from the album till now. Hua Main, sung by Jam 8 and Preetham, highlights the relationship and dynamic shared between our lead and Gitanjali. This, I presume, are the formative years of their relationship, coming clean to their families about their association and wish to get married. While Sandeep continues his love for couples unexplainably making out with each other as most of the supporting characters play spectators, I also think Sandeep always channelizes a madness in the love, where one simply mutes the surroundings. So time and place also doesn't matter for characters when you're just unexplainably drawn and madly in love with your partner. I like the rock-like tune in the song. There is a young love and fearless energy to the tune. I did slightly chuckle though when Ranbir just hands over the controls of the plane to Rashmika. I love though what is being attempted through the film's music, because more than anything else, it's different from the mundane. Papa Meri Jaan instantly was on loop for me because I feel there is just something so nostalgic and angelic whenever I listen to Sonu Nigam doing the vocals for a Hindi film. This is exactly how I felt when he sang Main Ki Karan for Lal Singh Chadda. This single highlights the obsession the son has with his father from a very young age. You see the transition of a boy to a man, and in the concluding moments of the song, it almost seems like Ranbir is taking the reins of the business. There is a level of trust that seems to build in Anil Kapoor, that his son will do anything for the family. This seems to be in sharp contrast to the early visuals of Ranbir in the teaser, where he is almost sidelined and dismissed as a spoiled brat. This obsession of wanting to prove his worth to his idol seems to be the theme of this song. This is of course all assumed, but I love the slight glimpses we are getting about the film and its relationships, while still not getting too much where we understand everyone's motivations. Why does Ranbir have such an obsession with his father? Did Anil Kapoor go through a life or death situation? What is the role of Shakti Kapoor and Prem Chopra? What is the rivalry and main form of conflict? All of these thoughts come rushing to you as you see Anil Kapoor being guided by a much more mature and able son. It also made me appreciate Sandeep's casting choices. He's got Charu Shankar, who was exceptional in Arya. He's got the little kid from Lal Singh Chadda playing the young Ranbir. Bobby Deol as a sinister antagonist, more of the menacing figure we saw in Love Hostel. Bablu Prithviraj, a known and loved figure in Telugu cinema, and what he may bring to the table. All of these elements have piqued everyone's interest, and this is an effective marketing strategy that I feel is just doing the right buzz for the film. The first drop was Arjun Velli. That is easily my top 2 from the album, as it really set the tone of the rage and anger that has consumed our lead as he leads the gang, presumably with vengeance in his eyes. A towering axe-wielding hero annihilating everything in his way with a war cry so distinct to the Punjabi diaspora. Everyone hilariously but accurately pointed out how the years of stereotypical portrayals of Punjabi characters in Bollywood have been so exhausting, and how it took a creator from Telugu cinema to actually extract some authenticity of a loud and proud part of the population. It just tells you that history has proven that whenever Hindi cinema acknowledges the technical prowess of Tamil and Telugu creators, it always extracts some of the best performances from them. My favorite song of the album till now is Satranga, sung by Arijit Singh. I don't care about the criticism the man is getting for just the saturation of his voice in the Hindi space, but there is something magical about Arijit in a romantic song, especially when written well. The lyrics by Siddharth and Garima highlight the relationship of the lead and Gitanjali years later as they have formed a family. I think the conflict arises simply on the life and death situations the lead has constantly put himself through, making the wife dread that one day he may never return. This anxiety gets further heightened when you see the pair with their kids. Just when you thought that there would be a simple goodbye as Ranbir presumably goes for a bloody gang war, he tells his wife not to get married if he never returns. The perfect Sandeep Reddy Vanga twist just to rile up the audience. I'm loving the slow build-up we are having near the release of the film, and I really wonder what Sandeep may have cooked up in the story, because it's crazy that I still don't know exactly how this story unravels, and more importantly, I hope the trailer doesn't give away anything too. I honestly cannot wait for 1st December. And that was the video, guys. Write down in the comments below what were your favorite songs from the album and what do you find distinct and interesting about their marketing strategy. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram, the handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.